All right, this is the review for the quiz on degrees, radians, arc length, and angles. For numbers 1 and number 2, convert each degree measure into radians, and it says write your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Okay, so to convert from degrees to radians, you're going to multiply by pi over 180. Now, number 1 is on the unit circle, so if you have that memorized, you might know the answer right away. Okay. But if not, multiply by pi over 180. 135 times pi over 180 equals 135 pi over 180. You're going to simplify that, right? You can divide the numerator and the denominator by 45, okay? 135 divided by 45 is 3. 180 divided by 45 is 4. So the answer is 3 pi over 4. Okay. So that's in radians. Number 2 is not on the unit circle. So with the same process, you're going to multiply by pi over 180. So 10 times pi over 180. That equals 10 pi over 180. Simplify, so divide the numerator by 10 and divide the denominator by 10, and you get pi over 18. So that's the measure in radians. Number 3 and number 4 are the opposite direction. Convert each radian measure into degrees. So you're going to do the opposite. You're going to multiply by 180 over pi. Okay. Now, number 3 is on the unit circle, so you may know that one automatically. If not, multiply by 180 over pi. The pi's multiply out or divide out, and you have 5 times 180 is 900 divided by 4. Simplify that. 225 degrees. Same process for number 4. Multiply by 180 over pi. The pi is divided out. 4 times 180 in the numerator is 720 divided by 9 gives you 80 degrees. Number 5 and number 6. Find the length of each bolded arc. Write your final answer in terms of pi. So arc length, the formula is S for arc length equals the radius r times the angle theta. The angle must be in radians, okay? The angle must be in radians, okay? This one is, and number 5, number 6 is not. So number 6 is going to be more difficult, okay? So number 5, the radius is 12. So you're going to do 12 times the angle in radians, which is 12 times pi over 2. Okay, so it's 12 pi over 2. Simplify that to 6 pi. Okay. If you want to throw on the units, 6 pi yards. Okay. Number 6, the angle is in degrees. You must convert that to radians. Okay. If you have the unit circle memorized, you'll know it's 3 pi over 2 right away. If not, you're going to have to multiply by, let's see, it's just like number 1 and number 2, multiply by pi over 180, okay? Convert the 270 to radians, so multiply by pi over 180. (270 pi over 180). Simplify, 3 pi over 2. Now we're going to do just like we did in number 5. The arc length S equals the radius R times the angle in radians theta, the symbol. So S equals 18 times 3 pi over 2. So 54 pi over 2. So 27 pi centimeters. Number 7, find the measure of this angle right here. Okay. Well, if this part is 60, this part over here is going to be 30. So it's 180 plus 30 equals 210. Okay. Number 8, you're looking for this angle right here. It's a negative angle, so it's going to be negative 180 and then minus 110. Negative 180 and another negative 110, so negative 290. Okay. Negative 180 and then negative 110, negative 290. Draw an angle with the given measure in standard position. Okay, so 500 degrees, if you do 500 minus 360, it means you're going to go around once, and then you're going to go around another 140 degrees. Okay. So you're going to go around once and another 140. That's 360. That's another 90, so that's 450. Another 50 more. All right, let me draw the terminal side first. Something like that. You're going around once, then another 140. So if I go around once, that's 360, plus 90 is 450, plus another 50, it brings me around right there. Let me draw in the initial side as well. It's hard to see that because it's on the x-axis, but something like that. Okay. Negative 220 degrees. So again, we're going to go clockwise. This will be negative 180, then another negative 40. Maybe something like this. It's probably good like that. Okay. Somewhere in this quadrant, a little less than halfway. Maybe I could open up a little bit more. But negative 180, then another negative 40. Something like that. Let me draw on the initial side as well so it looks nicer. Number 11, number 12, state a positive and a negative coterminal angle. So it's going to be multiples of 360. Multiples of 360 are coterminal because a circle is 360 degrees around. So for number 11, I'm going to do 30 plus 360. That'll give me 390 degrees. Then I'll do 30 minus 360. That'll give me negative 330. Okay. Again, those are not the only possible answer. Okay, you could do plus 360 again. You get another bigger angle. You could do minus 360 and get a smaller angle. But this question just wanted one positive and one negative, so I'll go with those two numbers right there. Now, number 12, same thing, but instead of adding 360, I'm going to add the radian equivalent to 360, which is 2 pi. So I would do 5 pi over 4 plus 2 pi. So I'm going to write that as 8 pi over 4 to get a common denominator. That'll give me 13 pi over 4. That's in radians. And I can also subtract multiples of 2 pi. Again, I'm going to write 2 pi as 8 pi over 4. So when I subtract them, I get negative 3 pi over 4. Number 13 and number 14, state the reference angle. Okay, so the reference angle, it has to be positive. Okay, it has to be positive, and it has to be acute, meaning less than 90. Okay, so it has to be positive, it has to be acute. And it's the angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. Okay, so in this diagram, this is going to be the reference angle right there. It's acute, it's positive, and it's between the terminal side and the x-axis. So if this is 150, then this angle is going to be 30. So the reference angle will be 30 degrees. Okay, in this next diagram, okay, again, the reference angle has to be positive and it has to be acute. So it has to be less than 90. And it's the difference between the terminal side and the x-axis, not the y-axis, the x-axis. So this will be the reference angle right here. Not the y-axis, the difference between the terminal side and the x-axis. So if this is negative 120, this angle right here is going to be 60. So the reference angle equals 60 degrees. Okay. And that is the end of the quiz review. Degrees, radians, arc length, and angles in the coordinate plane.